Hello, I'm Amanda, and I decided to title my lesson Do's and Don'ts to Achieve Optimal Nutrition. And the reason why I titled my lesson this is because I talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts for good nutrition. So here's my lesson, and I start off with an introduction. And in the introduction, I talk about what nutrition is and what I'm going to be talking about throughout the course. And I've also listed my objectives. Here's lesson one, and lesson one is about nutrients in the food pyramid. I start off with a pretest. The pretest gives me an idea of what the students already know and what we need to go over. Then I talk about the 6 major nutrients. This is a video for the students to watch, and as they watch this video on the 6 major nutrients, they will fill out a guided notes worksheet as they watch the video to keep them engaged. Then I have attached a website that gives a description of the 6 major nutrients for the students to read over. Next, I have nutrients and the food pyramid, and this is another little video for the students to watch to gain their attention. And then here I have attached a website that talks about the food pyramid and basically gives a little description of each section that's located on the food pyramid. And then at the end of lesson one, I have a little exit slip for the students that they will need to fill out at the end of the lesson based on what they learned. Lesson two, I talk about nutrition facts and nutrition labels. I start off with a nutrition label video to gain the students' attention. And again, as they watch this video, they have to fill out a guided notes worksheet in order to keep them engaged. Here I have attached an example of a nutrition label. And then after that, I have attached a website that talks about decoding the nutrition label and then figuring out food labels. Here I've attached a nutrition label worksheet for the students to fill out. And what they do for this is they just pick 2 different foods that have nutrition labels on them. They fill these out and then they answer these questions here at the bottom as a practice. And then after they do that, they again fill out another exit slip based on what they learned in this lesson. Next, I have lesson 3, and in lesson 3, I talk about healthy eating and sugar intake. First, I have attached just a little assignment, and it says, before beginning this lesson, see if you can brainstorm the benefits of healthy eating as well as the negative effects of sugar. And this is to help with prior knowledge. Once they do that, they will watch a little video on healthy eating and how we can be healthy. And then I have attached a link that talks about the benefits of healthy eating for the students to look over. Once they do that, my computer will load. They have another assignment they have to do, and for this assignment they have to briefly describe at least 3 benefits of healthy eating based on what they just read. And then at the end it talks about sugar intake. And for this one, I have provided 2 different websites along with some questions for them to fill out. And the very last thing they have to do is read what happens to your body when you eat too much sugar, which is one of the websites I provided, and then they have to write 2 to 3 paragraphs summarizing the article. And then for the closing, I attached a challenge for the students to do. First, they will create their own food plate using at least 2 foods from each food group on the food pyramid. And then they are going to create their own nutrition label. And then here is the post-test, which is the very last thing for this course. It's exactly like the pre-test, but for the post-test, this will show me whether or not they learned anything at all throughout the course. So that is my lesson. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a great summer.